Hello everyone. Um, Today is the last chapter. It's about the very important mechanisms of the class. So when you know the class, when you can write your own class, it has one mechanism for for the object-oriented programming. It's very important that once you already created a class that is well written, you have many methods in that class, and if you want to use that class, but you have some method is that different. You have your own method that is different, or the function that you want the class to do is different from the well written one. For example, if you have a well written A, and you have something that is different from A. For example, some method that is different from A. The idea is you have two choices. If you are in the old style, you have to modify that method in class A. But in the modern style, or in the object-oriented style, if you have something that is slightly different from A, and of course, A is well-written class. It the concept is you have to close for modification, but open for inheritance to extend the new class from A and create the new method that that over override override A, override some method in A. That is one concept of the object-oriented programming. Override the method that work different, or you can add new attribute to the base class. If you have your new class and you want to add some attribute, this is the idea of the object oriented. So you have to inherit from the base class and get the new one that is extends from the base class, or extends from the superclass. Okay, so you can create a new class. We call the new class as a subclass that can extend from the superclass. Okay, so the idea is, for example, for example, uh, if you have a class of shape like this, and in the shape class, you have to get area method. Or this one is another concept for for the inheritance idea. Um, it the shape sometimes you know that the shape itself has like the abstract concept. It doesn't have the actual like when you have the class and you can instantiate the new object, but uh, the idea of shape is different. The shape is a class, but the shape itself has nothing. You don't know what is that shape, but you know that it is a shape. The shape can be circle, the shape can be square, the shape can be rectangle, the shape can be triangle, but you don't know exactly what is the actual shape you want to use. But you know that all of shapes have the same or have the common method, that is the get area. But but for different shape, like from the square has a side, the length of the side, that is a parameter of the square, and different from the circle. The circle has a radius, that is the attribute of the circle. So uh, the shape itself should have the get area, and the square and circle have different attributes. The square has side and the circle has radius. This one is the class diagram, and the first half, of course, this is the name of the class, and this is the first half, the top half is the attributes that you have no attributes here, and the bottom half you have the method. The plus sign show that this is a public one, and this is square and circle. Both have different attributes. The side and the radius both are double. So I think you can see that this is a symbol of the extent. Square inherit from shape, circle inherit from shape. Maybe you can think that square is a shape, circle is a shape. This is one kind of relationship. This is are. So once you know the concept, I will show you how can we write the program. This time I'll use Eclipse, and look at the site here. We have the class demo class, and I have different package. Um, I will remove all package to show you how can we create the package. Okay. 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 Actually, you have the standard package, right? I will use it like the normal package. But normally, if you create a new class like this, you have a default package if you want to create one. Okay, so I'll create the new class. This is the shape class. Okay, so sorry, I will close all tabs. For the shape class, actually it will have its own public and double get area, but it doesn't have because you don't know what is the kind of the shape, so you won't do anything, right? There are several ideas to help us to declare. One thing is you do something like this, but this is not a good one because you just return some values, that is to make it not error. But the better idea is make it like this. To Because the shape is just some class that has no actual concept. It has the like a shape, but you don't know what is what which kind of this shape. So we can make it abstract, the abstract class that you cannot use it. Okay, you cannot use it. You just create the abstract one, and you don't know how can you implement the get area. But one thing is you knows that it must have a method get area. So this one is the idea of the abstract one. And once you once you know that, okay, you will create the new one, the actual class. So I will create a square class. Okay, so the square one, okay, will extend the shape. And you can see that in Eclipse, it will help you that, okay, you have an unimplemented method. So you have to implement get area. Okay, so uh, this one is the idea of the class. But I will create the good one first, and then I'll create the simply fun, simple one later. Before you can know how can you implement the get area, you have to declare an attribute that is a site. Okay, and then you must have your own double site, and then this site is site. Okay, and when you get the area of square, just return site by times sites. Okay, so okay, so this is the idea of how can you implement the abstract to extend the abstract one from the shape. Okay, and okay, and when you have the another class, I will create the class of the circle. Okay, and I will extend shape, and it will warn you that you have an unimplemented method. So just get area, but you must have your a private double radius one. Okay, and you must have your public circle and get a radius. Okay, you make it like this. Radius is this dot radius is radius. Okay, and once you get the area, you have to return mat dot pi times radius times radius. Okay, so this one is the circle class and square. The idea is you have to put it all together in one folder. And okay, once you have everything, you can do something like this. I will create a new class and it shape demo. And this one, it has a main method. And it's easy that I will say that is shape S1 is new circle with 2.0 as a radius, and shape S2 is new square 4.0, and everything is fine now. Or you can print system.out.println s1.get area and system.out.println s2.get area, because both are shared, right? So S1 is shared. But if you want to implement it, or if you want to instantiate the real object, you must provide the actual class, because as we decide this shape S1, the shape is nothing. You have like an abstract idea of the shape, that it the shape must have the gate area, but you cannot implement it yet. You can implement it once you know that which kind of shape it is. So you can do it like this. Declare the shape S1, and you know in your mind that the shape S1 must have the get area method. So you use it later like this. Okay, one circle, and S2 is a square. Okay, so once everything is fine, uh, complete, you can write a program like this and uh, print the result to the screen. Okay, guys, this one is the idea of how can you implement the class, and you you can do something like the easier one is if you new to the class. Sometimes we tell you to do it like this, because both, okay, are the class of shape, but once you don't know, you return -1. If you don't know what kind of shape it is, so in the first stage you can declare it like this, return -1. That is easier. Okay, so but the one that should be is the previous version of the shape class. That is, make it abstract, because you don't know what kind of shape it is. So make it like this, the abstract one. The benefit of using this the class is you can make it like this. For example, you have to make it like this. You can declare an array of shape. For example, S is new shape, and you can declare it like you have 3 shapes here. Um, the first shape is the circle. Second shape is the square. Okay, but okay. Oh no, I'm sorry, I forgot this declaration. Make S0 point to a circle and make S1 point to a square. And for S2, I create a new one, the square also. So now we can do it like for int I is 0, I is less than s dot length and I plus plus, and I will make like system out print line and si dot get area. Okay, so because this is an array of shape, and for the shape you can point to an object circle and square. Okay, so it's easy, right? Okay, so this one is the idea of inheritance, and you can do a lot of things after this, and I will explain about the concept of inheritance in more detail in the next video clip. Okay, so before I end this video clip, I think you get the idea, and you may be able to write, guys. Please create um, the new class that is a rectangle, and you have two attributes, right? And I will show the solution in the next video clip. Please create a new class that is a rectangle and add the new rectangle to this array. For example, you may have one more element or two more elements, like create a new shape like now 4 or 5 elements. Okay, so see you in the next video clip, and I'll show you the solution.